Session. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ade, fellow Toastmasters, very welcome guests. Table Topics is the art of impromptu speaking. It's a chance to practice your skills of being given a topic at no notice and give a 2-minute speech on the spot. Hope all our guests, are you willing to participate if called upon to do so? It's a fabulous opportunity just to find out where you are. You're amongst friends, you're amongst people who have all been there and know what it's like to be standing up here terrified and not knowing what to say. It's a great chance just to assess where you're at and where you've got to go. So, do you want to put your hands up if you're willing to be called? Okay, that's fine, that's fantastic. Members don't have a choice. So what I will do, the theme of my table topic session is eclecticism. Usually people come up with a theme, maybe they have several different questions, all on the same topic, or similar topics. But eclectic means just everything's different. So the theme is, there's no connection between the topics. Just some are tricky, some are a little bit easier.
Not very congenial, is it?
Yes. Fortunately, people are different in opinion. I think I will perform with great congeniality. I shall start with my first question. First question is this. What is the most physical danger that you've ever been in? And what happened? And how did you escape it? So what is the most danger you've ever been in? Physical danger. And what happened? How did you escape it? With some experience. And you have 2 minutes to try and use as much of it as you can.
Thank you very much, David, Mr. Toastmaster. A lot of different things were running through my head when I was thinking about different situations in which I experienced the most danger that I'd ever been in. But the most recent thing that actually popped into my head was a few years ago, my wife Shira and I were driving from Toronto, Canada, all the way down to New Jersey in America. It's a drive that takes close to 9 hours if you don't stop at all. And what we've been doing over the last few years is because of the fact that when Shira or my children are awake, we need to stop frequently for stops at the bathroom, and I don't need to. So what we would do is we would drive through the night, because then all 3 of them would be sleeping, and I could just drive without stopping whatsoever. However, there was this one moment a couple of years ago where we were driving. We had just crossed the border from Canada into America, late at night, probably 2 in the morning. All of a sudden, I see the road's empty. No one else is on the road. Everyone's sleeping. 2 in the morning, Saturday night, no one's out. All of a sudden, I see dart across the road a deer, a huge deer. And not only that, not only did it dart into the road, but then it stopped for a moment because of the fact that it was blinded by our headlights and just stared at us. And there was not that much that I could see ahead. There were no lights on the highway, on the motorway, just us and the deer. And I had to very, very quickly slam on the brakes, and thank God not only did the deer, it stopped at first, but then it continued along the highway, because if it had not, I'm not really sure what would have happened. I'd heard many stories over the years about cars hitting deers and the awful things that happen not only to the cars, but also to the inhabitants of that motor vehicle. So thankfully we were able to escape unarmed, but I remember afterwards my heart racing, my heart beating, not really being able to calm down. We stopped at the nearest service station and took a little bit of time to just take it easy, have some whiskey, and continue. Thank you very much.
Second question is, when you were young, time, maybe somewhere between the ages of 8 and 18, so when you would finish school, and the time between finishing school and your parents or whoever would put dinner on the table, what did you do after school? Raj?
I'm sure you don't know.
We may find out.
I'm trying to keep it PC. I suppose for myself between the age of 8 and 15, you said, was that?
Any time around that time that you have memories for?
For myself, that's quite a way back, to be honest with you. I was born in the 70s, so I'm trying to think back then. It was all about so for me, it was all about, I suppose, back then it was just playing with your friends, whether it was on the go on bikes, play football in the street, knock down gingers, you did back in the day. Nothing too major. Homework wasn't really a thing that was on my mind at the time and stuff, so for us, I suppose, all about just making the most of the time that we had. We didn't have, I suppose, the gadgets that these days, the Xbox, the phones, PlayStation, laptops. So for us, I suppose, it's really just about hanging out, having childhood fun, whether we get on our bikes and maybe ride into different areas and that sort of thing, go to the park, play tennis. So for me, I guess it was a lot more different compared to the kids of today. So nothing really that interesting to add.
Third question is, if you're in a restaurant, the food hasn't been very good, but you've had excellent service, do you tip? What's that?
I've been in that situation many times. I've got friends who are restaurateur and I partly own a restaurant as well. So basically when it comes to the restaurant and food, I prefer to tip based on the service and the food combinedly, but again depends on the situation. So I'll tell you about an example when I was in college, and I'll tell you about an example when I was a professional, or the recent example. So I'll give you the 3 examples. So when I was doing my uni, at that time, money was important. I was earning then, but still, you don't want to blow away because it's hard-earned money. So at that point of time, I've been to a restaurant, we were drinking. I shouldn't say that.
Could have been more.
Yes, could have been more. So we had a couple of drinks, and after that, the food had been served. We didn't realize the quality of the food, and we tipped regardless because we were happy. And food didn't matter at that point of time. I was professional. I was taking out a team of mine. It was one of the places in Sweden. Restaurant wasn't of my choice, but the service was top class. I tipped. Again, another restaurant in city. I was again with one of my business partners. Food was great, but the service was awful, and I decided not to tip because our service is paramount wherever you go. If you're getting a great service, great. Food could be depends on the chef's mood or the choice of chef that day. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. The last 40 or 50 or 60 years have seen the pace of technological change accelerate. So the way that technology is changing is exponentially increased, and it's changing and changing and changing. In the face of so much technological change, what, in your opinion, remains the same? So in the face of huge technological change, what, in your opinion, remains the same? Mike.
Love.
It doesn't matter how we communicate it, in what era, whatever our age, from babyhood to our greatest senility, the thing that is permanent and enduring is our ability to love and to convey it. Now, of course, with the ways of change, the manner in which we express our love is also changing, constant as the emotion may remain. I recall my late father describing to me, he was born, by the way, in the early 1900s, that literally in the streets where he lived, they delivered the water by horse-drawn cart in large barrels. And by the end of my father's life, there was a man on the moon. But the last 2 years of my father's life were the most loving for me that I ever remember. A man who had experienced enormous change throughout his life. But what endured was his ability to convey his emotions in spite of all that exponential change. And there are so many examples of it. Think of our next generation. Think of the children who are being born to us and the grandchildren who are being born to us now. My grandchild, at the age of 1, before she could speak, could pick up an iPhone. And when she picked it up, I was astonished by this. She didn't just look at it. She went, look, 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 before she was 1. But my goodness me, how she was able to love. With all this change that's going on in the world, the feeling of emotion that she gave for us, and we were able to give to her, was beyond any iPhone, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Mark. Okay. It is said that you should never meet your heroes. Well, who is your hero? And what would you say to them if you were to meet them? Patricia, would you like to go
ahead? There's lots of people in the world that I admire who I can think is a hero. But the hero that I would probably choose is my mother, because my mum died when I was 2, so I don't have a memory of my mum. So naturally, she's my hero, because I imagine lots of different ways it should be, different conversations we'd have. So if I were to meet her now as an adult, I'd ask her how life was for her as a teenager, or when I needed advice about relationships, I would ask my mother what she would have done. So she's definitely my hero. But if I think about maybe someone in the present day, I would say, a bit cheesy, but I actually think Oprah Winfrey is someone that I admire. I wouldn't really use the word hero because I don't like to hero worship anyone. I feel like we're all unique, we all have different qualities, and everyone has a different experience and story that they can share. So you could be someone's hero without even realising. But I think what I admire about Oprah Winfrey is she's had lots of challenges and turmoil in her life, but she's this icon where she's overcome that, and she's quite an inspirational figure. So, and I like the way she shares her stories and then brings them into practical examples that you can apply. So she's definitely someone I would say could be a hero. But I feel that each of us, we all have a hero within us. Cheesy, that may seem cheesy, but I don't think so, because I feel like any experience you've had in life, you could advise someone and be their hero. And also, I'd probably say it's quite subjective, so that's my answer.
A great lady from walking in halfway through. And finally, which one should I pick? Okay, what is your favourite city? Can you tell me 3 things about this city that you love? I'm sorry, I don't know the name.
Issy.
Issy, please welcome Issy.
talked about cities today, and that was Kesh. And I remember thinking, oh, what if I had to give this speech? So it's not too difficult. But my favorite city is a place called Lagos in Nigeria. And Lagos is very different from any other city you can imagine. I mean, when you come to England or London or New York or, you know, the big cities of the world, it's all well laid out, beautiful buildings. Lagos may not be like that, but the heart of people in Lagos, it's awesome, I would say. And I give an example. I was at an airport once. I was coming back to England, and I needed food. And somebody, you know, there were two on the queue. I bought the food, I ordered the food, and this gentleman paid. I've never met him before, but he could see that I was visiting, and he just wanted me to have that experience, you know, the hospitality. So the three things I would say I like about it, mainly about the people, and again, Mike talked about love in people's heart. There's a great warmth, there's a great help, very hospitable. If you have difficulty, you can always call on people, whether you know them or not. And then the food. They have very different food, street food, very, very tasty, very different from what you get in a restaurant.
And Mr. Toastmaster, here lift the tables over. Thank you very much. Oh yes. I think it's all the time.
We have the time people before.
Thank you.
First speaker was Hello, you are in physical danger, 2 minutes 5 seconds. Second was Raj, after school 1 minute 11 seconds. Third one was Ritesh regarding tip, that was 1 minute 51 seconds. Fourth one Mike regarding love, spoke about 2 minutes 8 seconds. Patricia about hero, she spoke about 1 minute 41 seconds. And last one Issy, favorite city, 1 minute 48 seconds.
Thank you. Do you want to know what to do? Okay, so now we've got to the time where we vote for the best table topic speaker. Just as a quick reminder, I'll remind you of all the speeches. So first we had Aaron, who talked about a dearness on the pride back at night. Then we had Raj, who talked to us about life in the 70s, between when he was 8 and 15 years old. Then Ritesh came forward and gave us some great tips about tipping. And Mike spoke to us about how love is very constant throughout the time, despite all technology changes. Then Patricia talked to us about heroes, two heroes, another implementary. And last but not least, the best season of the world.
But in there? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. That's fine.
Okay, this ends the first half of the meeting. We're going to network break now. Because we had a few technical problems, we are running a little bit late, so the break might have to be shortened a bit. So if you could just aim to get back here for 9:25, so that's just an 8-minute break.
Oh, thank you.
But we have to
On your mark.
Go.
We'll count up. There's three oats, isn't it? One for speed drive. Sorry. That's ready. Thank you. Yeah, you asked me to do it. You definitely learned it. You can tell. So, was it audible here? You were sitting there? But the words, was it here? I think so. Is it not? I understood what you were saying. I think when you finish the I think this is what I've written down. Yeah, sometimes you could just pause it better and the speed. This too fast. Yeah, sometimes it was too quick. I mean, sometimes it was used for emphasis as well. We'll stop it here, right?